Hi everyone. So I'm fresh from the gym. So you're really getting a pretty raw image of me today, but I have a little time and I wanted to chat to you very quickly about overeating, binging, and binging disorder and what the differences are, and then how these things have played a role in my life and in my fitness journey. Strangely enough, I don't think before I became a fitness competitor I ever binged, but after following a really bro science clean prep for my first figure competition, I definitely had a few binging episodes, and they were incredibly scary and they upset me a lot. And so I want to talk a bit about that. But before I get there, the differences between the three things that I just mentioned, overeating, binging, and binging disorder, there's quite a difference. So the first one is overeating, and that's something that we all do. That's family gatherings, Christmas, your birthday, whatever, when you just have two huge helpings of food, two full plates of food, and you get to the end of the meal and you just feel so stuffed that you think, I never want to eat again. Please help me. I don't want to eat again. And you feel extremely full and you had a blast and it was delicious and you've just really overeaten. You do it, your uncle does it at Christmas time. Everyone does it. And that's kind of part and parcel of celebration. Some people overeat more than others. Some people overeat more often than others. But that's kind of what overeating is it's at a meal or at an occasion and you eat way too much and you feel it in your body and you kind of feel quite sick, but it's not a big deal. It is what it is. Almost expected for the occasion, right? Then there is the binge. The binge is a completely different thing. So the first time I realized that I might be on a very destructive spiral was after my first fitness figure competition, actually in, was it 2014? I think, 2014. Right after that, as a family, we went to Mexico to an all-inclusive vacation, and it was amazing. Now, I had been, as I said, on a bro diet, so extremely clean. It was the old tilapia and asparagus kind of deal with the odd, oh, sorry, Bailey just ran in. Bailey is my dog. The odd oats every now and again for a good old carb up. And so the cravings that I experienced were incredible and they were intense. And there was no satisfying those cravings on this specific meal plan. I remember I was prepping over my birthday, and I was allowed a really thin little sliver of cake, and that was it. So really there's just no deviating from that plan. So off we go to Mexico. I did ask my coach at that stage to please help me. I was really scared. I knew that something was going to go terribly wrong. I just knew it. But she said, just go and enjoy yourself. You deserve to go and enjoy yourself in Mexico, which, true, but not with a mindset of a clean eater coming out of extremely restrictive prep. That is a very dangerous being to be. And it's really important that whatever prep you are on for a competition, that your coach has you afterwards, that he or she has your back, because this is where eating disorders take hold and they flourish. So I went to Mexico. It was all-inclusive, so we could eat as much as we liked. We were in a gorgeous suite. We had a fully stocked bar fridge with snacks all day long. And it was restocked many times a day. And I ate them all. I literally spent 5 days eating everything in the minibar, everything at breakfast I could, everything at lunch, everything at dinner. And here's the big difference between overeating and binging. Binging happens, most of the binge happens in secret. In fact, I only told my husband about it a few months ago. He had no idea. We would be at the pool and I would excuse myself to just run to the room for a quick something. And I would eat whatever was in the bar fridge. I'm not kidding. I don't like chips really. I ate them all. I didn't like the cookies that they had. I ate them all. I ate all the chocolates. I ate it all. And I felt disgusting. I hated myself every single moment on that trip. I couldn't stop. It was a complete compulsion to eat. And it scared the living crap out of me. I came back from vacation extremely swollen. I remember my face was swollen from water retention and just all the carbohydrates that I had pumped into my body. And I was sick to my stomach when I looked at myself. And I was so embarrassed and I was so ashamed. And I was doing this in secret. So my family saw me eat when we went out to dinner and lunch and breakfast. They didn't see me eat on the other occasions when I was binging. So the difference between a binge and a binging disorder is that a binge happens every now and again, and I'm so extremely grateful that I was able to gain control of it as soon as I got home. I was scared enough and I knew enough, having studied psychology, that I was on a very, very dangerous path. When I came back, I contacted that same coach and wanted to go straight into another prep for a competition, which is very, very typical behavior of someone who is busy spiraling downwards, is to binge and prep, because it feels like that's the only way you'll ever get control again, is to be on a complete clean program where there's no turning off the path. So I did contact her. I was put straight back on extreme high cardio to try and fix what I had damaged, as she said. And again, I got really scared because I knew that I was just doing more damage to my mind than even my body. A binging disorder is classified by certain characteristics that you will find in the DSM-5. It's something that happens all the time, I think for a minimum of 3 months on very, very regular occasions. Go and have a look in there, but there are certain characteristics that you need to tick the boxes of to be diagnosed with a binging disorder, and that's completely different. This needs psychiatric help, psychological help, help from a medical professional team. It's an eating disorder and it needs quick help. So if you think that your binging has gotten to a point where it's happening way too frequently and you cannot control or stop it even if you tried, please go seek help. There is help. There is even a different way to stay in the fitness industry without this happening, without the restriction and the binge and the restriction and the binge. It doesn't have to be like that. So yeah, I have binged them, and it wasn't just that one occasion. That was a very long binge. It was 5 days of binging completely and just feeling absolutely horrible about it. When I came back, I did a lot of research. I found flexible dieting, which works amazingly for me. So I just had some frozen yogurt and some cereal after a workout. I love sweet things. So for me to indulge my sweet craving after eating all of my amazing vegetables, which I love as well, and proteins, which I love as well, is really, really important to keep me sane, to keep me mentally intact. So, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, for me, flexible dieting, counting my macros, making sure I stick to certain macros, but still making sure that life fits into my diet plans is really important. That's how I prepped for Worlds as well. I did flexible dieting. It worked amazingly for me. I found a coach who really cared and who taught me all of this, and he put me on the right path. And I'm so grateful for that, because I do believe that he saved my life. I do believe that I would have spiraled into a binging disorder, amongst other things. So those really are the three things that I wanted to chat to you about. Overeating is something we do, something I still do, even on flexible dieting plan. It happens. Binging is not okay. It's a danger sign. You got to take notice of it, and you got to seek help. A binging disorder is something that really needs intensive therapy. There is a way out. It is a eating disorder, and you need to seek the help that you need to get out of it. And we are a whole community of people who have probably tasted a lot of what you are going through, if any of these things apply to you. And please never ever feel alone, ashamed, in the dark. I'm a WBFF pro, and I struggle with food, and all of these things that happened in my past are ghosts that still linger, and I have to fight them off every now and again. But I know I have an amazing social network around me. I have people who love me. I have a coach who's helped me to prep amazingly. I have a friend, M, who's helping me kind of in the off season, and just to stay on track daily. I help people to learn about flexible dieting and to not go on these roller coaster rides. So I just wanted to kind of tell everyone about that. Everyone's human. Fitness models are human. Moms with 3 kids are human. We all get a little crazy when it comes to food. But there's always help. There's always a better way to do things. Just ask. Ask until you find something that fits your lifestyle and that makes you well, and that makes you feel well and balanced and happy. And then the sun comes up, and you got this. We all have this. So just a little chat about that, and as soon as I feel I have something else to get off my chest, I shall be vlogging again. Until next time.